Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick review of this quiz that you're going to do on Monday. So I'm going to go through and work each one of these problems about as quickly as I can so that this video is not too long. So here we go with our first one. We have x to the fifth plus 7x to the third minus 8 divided by x minus 1. We're going to do synthetic division with positive 1. We're going to change that sign from the bottom of the problem. And we're going to do a 1 and then a 0. And then a 7, and then a 0, and then another 0, and then a negative 8. Because we start with an x to the fifth, and then we have no x to the fourth, we have an x to the third, we do not have an x to the second, we do not have an x, and then we have a minus 8. So that's what we're going to start with. That is the setup, not completely. We're going to bring our 1 from our coefficient there down, and then we're going to start our multiply and add sequence. So we're doing synthetic division. Multiply, 1 times 1 is 1, and then add, we get 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and add, I get 8. 1 times 8 is 8, add, I get 8. 1 times 8 is 8, I add, I get 8. 1 times 8 is 8, I add, and I get 0. And so the answer, since we started at an x to the fifth, our answer is going to start with an x to the fourth, and so then x to the third, x to the second, x, no x. This is the remainder. So my official answer is going to be x to the fourth plus x to the third plus 8x to the second plus 8x plus 8 with a remainder of 0. So that's going to go in your first box, and then the 0 will go in the second box. That's number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, you have a polynomial. They have given you 1 0, and you have to find the other 0. They've given you 1 0, and you find the other 0. Here we go. So the 0 they gave us was 2. So I'm going to do synthetic division with the 2 that I'm given. And so I have an x to the third, so that's 1x to the third minus 4x squared plus 14x minus 20. I'm going to use the 2. There's no sign change here. Bring down the 1, do my synthetic division. 2 times 1 is 2. 4, I think that's a negative 4. I get 20, and I get 0. Now, I absolutely, positively must get a 0 right here. I must, because it tells me that 2 is a 0, and I have to find the others. So 0 is given. This is a 0. And now I'm going to find the others using this. That's 1x squared minus 2x plus 10. I need to make it equal 0. Does not factor. I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So I have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times 1 times 10 all over 2 times 1. Hope I don't make a mistake. It's going to give me 2 plus or minus. Now my radical is going to be 4 minus 40 over 2. So that's going to be square root of negative 36, which is 6i. So I'm looking at 2 plus or minus 6i over 2, which can be simplified to 1 plus or minus 3i over 1, or just 1 plus or minus 3i. So my zeros, my official answer. 2 is a 0, that's the one they gave me. 1 plus 3i, and 1 minus 3i. Those are my zeros. Very good. Next problem, real quick. Next problem.